And it's not just Ellen who was involved in covering up Diddy's crimes and reshaping the narrative. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood, including Oprah, were right there with them. If you tried to speak out against them or tried to expose any of these gatekeepers, your career would end. You would stop getting invited, and your name would be permanently blackballed. Nice.
Well, but I've been shut out. You know, some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, you know, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So, you know, I'm an outsider. And so, you know, I'm not part of the club. But I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah, man.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central, you were successful at a young age, you have dignity, you say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Almost 40 years rocking the mic. And you still killing the gun. And I'm gonna tell you right now, me and Dub C ain't never been to a Diddy party, mother. You ain't gotta worry about on them tapes.
Ice Cube talked about this in detail. He mentioned that the second he actually started to speak out against these elites, his so-called friends just left him. And the same people who were previously dying to have him on started avoiding him. It felt like a coordinated effort to stop anyone from speaking out.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been, you know, I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean. So that's what I was told by the producers. You know, I don't know if the producers was just copping out and using some of the hosts to not have me come on and explain myself, but...
You'd be a good booking for them.
I've been on there before.
Yeah.
You know, it's just when I've became an independent thinker, when I've, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't follow their brand of politics, I guess.
But if you can't think for yourself, then you're not really free, are you?
No, you're not.
We don't support, nobody supports. We control what's cool, we control what's hot, we control what your kids listen to, what they dance to, we control what's in video games, we control how they wear their pants, sag their pants, we control everything.
Ice Cube just had to learn this the hard way. He figured out that the messages these elites were pushing out were meant to destroy black people, not empower them. Diddy, Oprah, Jay-Z, and even Ellen, they all built their brand on being people who wanted to empower the youth. But in reality, they were just manipulating kids.
Same people who own the labels own the prisons.
Literally the same people?
Literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons. The records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry.
But they didn't make you write those lyrics.
It's not about making somebody write the lyrics. It's about being there as guardrails to make sure certain songs make it through and certain songs don't. Some records are made by committee, meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artist, this is hot, say that, do this. We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics. We're gonna have that. You have, you know, the record company pushing the narrative. You know, some social engineering going on here.
These elites were also behind Diddy's arrest. One day, Diddy is on top of the world, worth over $1 billion. And the next he's behind bars with over 100 pending cases. That doesn't just happen. That's what a coordinated effort to bring someone down looks like. Diddy did something to upset the elites, and they came after him. Stuff like this happens in hip-hop on a regular basis. And according to ICE, it doesn't take a genius to connect the dots. What?
Diddy. You're hearing Diddy everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you ever have any kind of run-in with Diddy? Did you ever do anything with Diddy? Any projects you worked on with him?
Yeah, he produced a few records, or had his producers do a few records on my War and Peace album, the Peace Disc. Yeah.
How was he to work with?
It was cool. You know, he, you know, gave us great music. We flew out to New York, and I was mainly in the studio with the producer. You know, he had a stable of producers, so I was in the studio with his stable of producers, and I think we did some great music. And you know, I really kind of, you know, lost contact with him and really stopped, you know, dealing with Puffy around 94. Yeah.
Any specific reason?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they was doing their thing, I was doing mine. And, you know, I'm not the partying type. You know what I mean? I ain't never been to a Diddy party. I ain't never really wanted to go. But I don't go to a lot of people parties. You know, that just ain't what I'm in it for. You know, you've been to one, you've been to them all.
Are you surprised at what things are coming out with Diddy at all, or you like you have no idea? It's none of my business. You'll live longer. Is that kind of like the mindset?
I mean, surprised. How could you be surprised with anything that happens in hip hop? You know, hip hop is the Wild West. So you're gonna have the good, you're gonna have the bad, you're gonna have the ugly.
You think he's being targeted, or some of the stuff he's got, you know, there's credibility on what they're coming after him with the tapes and the feds and raiding his Miami home, his LA home?
I believe he's being targeted.
You believe he's being targeted?
Yeah. I believe, you know, somebody, you know, has the power to pull the trigger to make, you know, this stuff, this domino effect happen.
Diddy is now trying to use the same playbook to try and secure his release. His sons are working with one of his old friends to release a documentary that focuses on his side of the story. 50 Cent exposed every facet of Diddy's life. And Diddy knows that the only way he can have a career now when he gets out is if he can reshape the narrative in his favor.
Well, so we're going to be talking about a new docu-series here. First, there was Sean Combs' The Reckoning by 50 Cent, and that was on Netflix. Of course, it was one of the highest-rated docu-series in Netflix history, right? Very intense, about his rival hip-hop stars' fall from grace. And now the two sons of Sean Diddy Combs now coming out with their very own docu-series telling the story from their point of view.
Procession of his children arriving in court for day one of their father's trafficking trial in New York, hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent?
So this just dropped Sunday night on the video-on-demand service known as the Zeus Network, releasing the trailer for this project. Now the series appears to shine the spotlight on Justin and Christian Combs as they follow the events surrounding their father's arrest back in 2024 and his subsequent federal trial this past summer. Now that trial ended with a split verdict for Combs, with getting a 50-month prison sentence for prostitution-related charges after being acquitted on the most serious charges. Now this new docuseries is slated to air sometime this year.
People feel like this whole new documentary is just a PR narrative once again being pushed by Diddy and his sons to try to clean up his image. And after hearing certain things on 50 Cent's Netflix documentary, we have to go back in time and remember what we were seeing during trial. Even when it came to Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin Combs, they both came on two separate occasions to trial wearing a free Sean Combs shirt. The first one to do this was Christian Combs during Jane's testimony, and you're not supposed to wear this stuff in front of a jury to try to sway their opinions. And the judge actually told him he had to leave and take it off. And then literally like a week later, Justin did the same exact thing. It was taken out of the courtroom by the judge. And we already saw the videos in the Netflix doc of Diddy talking to Justin, saying he needed to push out certain content to control a narrative. During the trial, there were a lot of things going on that I could see that to me felt like it was just straight PR. Do you remember all of these people that were wearing the free Diddy shirts? And it was actually a meme coin that's on their shirt. It's money sign Diddy. And that meme coin was also made by Diddy's sons while this trial was happening.
Now you might be wondering why anyone is even willing to work with Diddy on this propaganda piece. Why did the owner of Zeus Network agree to side with Puffy? This is where Diddy's old habits start to come back. Allegedly, Diddy is blackmailing the owner and has him on the tapes.
Oh, I'm telling 50 Cent. Now you know they say Diddy's of a feather flock together. And if you haven't heard by now, Diddy's sons have a new documentary supposed to come out on Zeus Network. But that's the shady part. Zeus is shady. I'm going to tell you how and how this may backfire on everybody. And somebody else, Diddy Jr., who they calling the Timu Diddy, could be getting in trouble too. This is crazy. Ain't nobody else talking about it, but I will. Roll the clip. So the producer of Zeus putting out this piece that's supposed to make us all feel sorry for Diddy and his sons is Lemuel Plummer. Lemuel Plummer is what they call the Timu Diddy or Diddy Jr. Now, word around the streets is not only is Diddy a silent partner in Zeus, put up money, but they believe that Lemuel Plummer, aka Lemmy, was giving girls to Diddy and supplying girls through his network for the freak-offs and all type of parties. And if you ask me from the clips I seen, I would not be surprised if Diddy and Lemmy been diddling around. And check this, people have already been saying that Lemuel was Diddy Jr. and was gonna be caught up in his own allegation soon, way before this documentary even was talked about. Now I'm gonna show you a clip at the end of this video and you tell me how close Diddy and Lemmy look. But also, know that, now this is Lemmy's IG. If you wanna go over there and tell him what you think about the documentary, go on over there and share this post to tell everybody what's really going on. And if I know 50 Cent, he is probably gonna wait for them to drop this little piece, and that is when he gonna drop part 2 and step on their whole thing.
Well, there's a new appeal from hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. His defense team is seeking his immediate release from federal prison, calling his 50-month sentence on charges of transportation for prostitution excessive. CB Cotton has the details live from our New York newsroom. Good to see you, CB.
Hey, Lydia. Well, once one of the most powerful names in hip-hop, Sean Diddy Combs is now behind bars at that federal facility in Fort Dix, New Jersey, but his legal team says he should have never been sent there for this long. So on Tuesday, in an 84-page filing, Combs' attorneys asked a New York federal appeals court to immediately release Combs and send the case back for a new sentencing or grant him an acquittal. In July, a jury found Combs guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution and acquitted him of the most serious charges, racketeering conspiracy and trafficking. In the fall, the judge then sentenced Combs to a little more than 4 years behind bars, citing testimony from former girlfriends who said they felt pressured to participate in fueled parties with male escorts called hotel nights or freak-offs. But the rapper's lawyers argue this sentence was punishment for crimes that the jury rejected. They wrote in the filing, quote, "He sits in prison today serving a 50-month sentence because the district judge acted as a 13th juror. The judge defied the jury's verdict and found Combs, quote, coerced, exploited, and forced his girlfriends to have sex and led a criminal conspiracy," end quote.
Diddy is desperate to clean up his image because he's working on his appeal right now.
Overnight, lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs trying to stop the release of a Netflix docuseries due out today.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business.
The series contains never-before-seen footage of Combs debating strategy with his lawyers in the days leading up to his arrest in New York last year.
I am going to let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution.
It also includes video of Combs greeting fans in Harlem.
I'll accept it.
And then saying this about the interaction moments later.
I need some hand sanitizer. Hold on. I got it. I've been out in the streets amongst the people. Yeah, I gotta take a bath. Like the amount of people that actually I'm coming in contact with, like that's what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like 150 hugs.
Now Combs' lawyers are demanding Netflix pull the series, threatening legal action, claiming Netflix is using stolen footage that was never authorized for release as part of what they call a shameful hit piece. The series is executive produced by Combs' longtime rival, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and director Alex Stapleton, who said, quote, "We obtained the footage legally and have the necessary rights," end quote. Before the cease and desist demand was sent yesterday, Stapleton and Jackson sat down with our Robin Roberts to discuss the series.
How do you respond to people who say that it's more about the disdain that you have for Sean Combs than it is for giving the victims a platform?
It's not personal.
The show is not completely the perspectives of people that did not like Sean. Not everyone needed to have an allegation to be a part of this.
Combs is serving 4 years in prison on related charges.
Just releasing a documentary no one's going to watch isn't enough. Diddy is also trying to get 50 Cent's documentary taken down. His lawyers actually filed a cease and desist and are now threatening to sue both 50 Cent and Netflix for over $1 billion. Too bad for them. 50 Cent got all his footage legally. What's clear is that speaking out comes at a cost, and those who try to reshape the story face resistance at every turn. Diddy's battles, the documentaries, and the public fallout show just how complicated and controlled the entertainment world can be. Stay informed, stay curious, and remember, the story isn't always what you see on the surface.